Hello everyone and welcome back to our class. My name is still Teacher George and I'm so privileged to have you in today's class. We are entering week 3 of our digital marketing journey or course, and I want to remind you that in our last module we focused on the structure and the planning of our content. And today, on your screen, you see what we are going to look at. We are going to be looking at a persuasion. We're going to look at how best we can persuade our potential clients through what we call copywriting, and then also writing effective headlines. We are going to master how to copyright for digital marketing, and then also how to write very effective headlines. So through these two activities, or through these fundamental things in digital marketing, we aim to learn how to turn simple words into practical tools that will drive business results in whatever brands or in whatever digital marketing campaigns that we are going to execute. Now, before we dive deeper into today's content, I would love us to do a simple recap of our previous session, and that is session number 6. You remember in session number 6, we discussed content planning, and we said content planning is basically the process of organizing your who, the what, where, and when. You plan on who you are targeting. You plan exactly what you push forward to target that person. Then also put into consideration where, or the platform where you're going to place the content that you've created, and then also think about when that particular content or when that post will go live. So we looked at content calendars as very vital tools, or as a very vital schedule that helps us to maintain consistency as digital marketers. And we explored also practical tools like Canva and CapCut, which are very, very handy tools that can help us as digital marketers to be able to do what we call content creation. We saw Canva as a powerful tool which can enable us to be able to design any graphic of our preference. And then also we looked at CapCut as a very handy and powerful video editing software that we can have on our computers, but also on our smartphones, since it has got a mobile application that powers it. So that has been a simple recap of our session number 6. That is exactly what we looked at. Now, today we want to shift our focus to the text. Of course, still in module 6, we looked at the various content types that we can be able to create, and then also the various platforms where we can share those the content that we have come up with or that we have created. But specifically today, we want to focus on the text-based content. You all understand that as you swipe your phone, as you visit different online platforms, there are high chances that you meet posts which have been made by other people. And today, we are going to look at the best way to write text, the best way to come up with professional text that we can share or that we can post alongside the content that we are going to be creating and sharing or publishing on the different platforms where we intend to market or to sell our products and services. So by the end of today, by the end of today's session, you are expected to be able to define copywriting. You should be knowing how to define copywriting in digital marketing space. You should be able to explain why it is critical for online marketing. Understand the importance of, you should be able to explain the importance of persuasive writing. Why is it so very important for you to write with a certain skill that enables your content that you've written to persuade someone to take up an action? And then we shall also look at we shall be able to look at the different types of marketing copy, and then we shall look at the different techniques that we can use to create engaging messages. We shall also look at how to write effective headlines. We shall look at proven, I'll be sharing with you proven formulas that enable you as a digital marketer to be able to write a very catchy and a very professional headline that will not just stop someone from scrolling from your content to another content, but instead capture that person's attention. And then later on, we shall look at how to create promotional content for digital platforms. Right away, let us dive deeper now. We want to look at the meaning of copywriting. So if somebody asked you what copywriting could be, you should be in position to share this simple definition. And in simple terms, you can say copywriting, it is basically writing words that persuade people to take action. Yeah, whether you want the customer to buy, of course, if you want a customer to buy a product, you want a customer to visit your website, you want him or her to be able to contact you, you want him to subscribe to any service that you're offering as an entity or as a brand. You want someone, maybe you are a school that is offering courses like SharpTech School of Computing. You can write a persuasive text that will ignite the person's attention, and then the person can be able to register for a course. So in simple terms, we can say copywriting is the process of writing persuasive text designed to encourage an audience to take a specific action. So when it comes to copywriting, we do not just write ordinarily, but we write with a purpose. And our main purpose is to persuade someone to be able to take a specific action, like those actions that I have just talked about. Yes, so with copywriting, it is about you as a digital marketer. It is all about you write text that is going to create interest, and it is going to show value to the reader, such that the reader will be compelled to do something or to take up an action. So let us compare copywriting compared to ordinary writing. Now, it is easy to confuse the two, but they are very different. Now, ordinary writing involves writing in an ordinary way. You write things like a news article, which literally provides information, and it focuses on basically just explaining something. So you write with the motive of just providing information to someone, or else just explaining what you are talking about. And with ordinary writing, it may not have any goal. For example, when you look at a news article, the news stories are written just to inform people. And a very good example of an ordinary kind of writing involves, just imagine you met a statement, a post like this one: SharpTech offers digital marketing training. This is an ordinary way of writing. Now, through this session of today, we are going to look at what we call copywriting. Copywriting focuses on a specific marketing objective. You as a digital marketer, it is very important for you to be able to write with a focus on a specific marketing objective. If you remember in our previous sessions, we talked about the key marketing objectives. Key marketing objectives include awareness, they include lead generation, they include maybe building trust, and maybe educating people. Yeah, those are the key marketing objectives or goals. Now, when you are a copywriter, when you're a digital marketer, it is very important for you to have a copywriting skills such that you are able to write in a way that is going to persuade people. You are going to focus, your writing will focus on persuading a person to take up a certain action. And as you are writing, you write bearing in mind about the marketing objective that you have put forward, that you are thinking about. For example, you write, maybe you are advertising a certain product, and when you are writing, you write in a persuasive way, in a way that persuades someone towards maybe placing an order for that product that you are advertising. I've put here an example. So this is a typical example of a post written by a digital marketer who has got copywriting skills. You can see we are talking about the case study of SharpTech School of Computing. Somebody has written a post and it says, build your digital marketing skills in 3 months and unlock new career opportunities. And then there is a supplement which says, enroll today at SharpTech School of Computing. When you look at that particular post, it has 2 key things. The first one, which is build your digital marketing skills. You are trying to persuade someone to do something, and you are even trying to show the benefits of the digital marketing skills to that particular person. And you do not stop at that. The benefit is unlock the new career opportunities. You are trying to make someone understand that when someone takes up that course, when someone does that digital marketing skills course in 3 months, that person is going to benefit in such a way that he or she will be able to attract or unlock a new career opportunities. And then you do not stop at that. You go ahead and prompt the person, suggest to the person the next action. And the next action is enroll today at SharpTech School of Computing. Yes, so that is typically what copywriters do. So with the copywriting, you write, actually you think about 3 things. Number 1, persuade the person. Then after persuading the person, let the person be able to understand the benefit of the service or product you are extending to the person. And then thirdly, make it a point to prompt the person. Suggest to the person what he or she can do. So as digital marketers, this is what we are expected to do. We are not supposed to just do ordinary writing. Instead, we are supposed to do what we call copywriting. Yes, that will enable us to stand out. Because there are so many people who are always posting online, but we need to stand out. We need to be a little bit unique compared to the rest of the people who are posting online. I want us to look at now the 4 pillars of copywriting importance. Why is copywriting, why does it matter? Okay? Why does copywriting matter? Why should we as digital marketers, why should we do copywriting? The very first one is copywriting. If you're a copywriter, you'll find that you are going to be able to capture attention of all the potential online audiences. Because trust me, as we always will use our devices, our digital devices like smartphones and computers, we are bombarded with very many messages. We see a lot of posts, but it will be very, very vital if we have written, we as digital marketers, if we have written our posts with the skill of copywriting, then there are high chances that we are going to stand out. So good copy when I say good copy, I'm saying I'm simply meaning good posts or good text-based posts which are made. They will be able to help the business to stand out. And the second one is copywriting communicates benefits. You can just look at the previous two posts. This ordinary post does not communicate any benefit, but this one that is done by a copywriter, it exposes or explains better to the potential audience who is going to look at it the benefit of the service or product. In this post here, we are saying build your digital marketing skills in 3 months. So 3 months is basically a future that we are trying to market, but with copywriting, we are trying to make the audience understand the benefit by saying create income opportunities. Somebody does a 3-month course such that somebody can be able to create an income opportunity. So customers care about benefits, not just futures. So if you are a digital marketer who is going to write about the futures only, then you are going to lose out, because most customers are more interested in the benefits. So you've got to show them their gain, show them what actually they will benefit, how they will gain from the service or product that you are extending. And then also with copywriting, it builds emotional connection. People decide based on emotions. With copywriting, you should be able to connect with their needs and problems and dreams. So by speaking to the reader, by speaking to the reader's problems, by speaking to the reader's dreams, by speaking to the reader's aspirations, trust me, you will be able to connect with him or her. And since you are connecting with him or her, then there are high chances that you will be able to grab him and capture him as your potential client. And then copywriting also encourages action. It suggests to the potential client what he or she needs to do. As you can see, you can have actions like register today, contact us now, order now. Those are all actions that actually prompt the potential person, potential client that is reading your post to be able to ideally become a client. Let's look at elements of effective copywriting. And the very first one is to write copy that works. You need to be able to understand your audience. You need to know their problems, and you need to provide the solutions that they need. Yes, once you know the problem someone is facing, then as you are writing, you write with the motive of offering a solution to that particular person. And then with the copywriting also, you should be able to use clear and simple language. Avoid using complicated terminologies which are hard for people to understand or potential clients. Then focus on the benefits. Yeah, we have talked about this already. Try to make the potential client understand how he or she will benefit in the long run after maybe subscribing or buying your product or service. And then create urgency. You as a copywriter, you are the one to create that situation whereby the person will think faster, the person will be able to decide in a faster way by providing statements which actually prompt that person to take up an action. For example, you can include statements like limited spaces available, maybe number of pieces, limited number of pieces in case you are having products, limited number of pieces are available or remaining, such that the person can think, hey, if I delay to place an order, then I might easily miss out. And then lastly, you should with copywriting, it enables you to tell a person what to do. It enables you to tell your potential audience the action, what they can do next. For example, you can use words like enroll now, download the guide, place an order now, yes, and then they can be able to take up that immediate action as they interface with your post online. So let's look at types of digital marketing copy. Yes, when I say types of digital marketing copy, I am talking about types of digital marketing posts which are text-based. We apply different digital marketing techniques or types, as you can see on the screen. The very first one is what we call social media copy. And as you're writing social media text-based posts, you need to make sure that they are very short and catchy. And this can be shared on Facebook, can be shared on TikTok. Yes. So as you're writing social media copy or social media text-based content, make sure it is short but also very catchy. And you can see this example here. Want to improve your computer skills? Join our practical ICT training program today. As brief as that, okay? And then this can be shared alongside maybe a flyer or a poster, and then it is posted either on different social media platforms. So the idea is it should be short but also very catchy. And then we also have what we call website copy, which involves you aiming at informing and building credibility, and this can be done on the about us pages of our websites, on the services pages of our websites. And then we also have what we call the email copy, and email copy is used mostly when we are doing direct communications to our clients. Maybe you have a whole bunch of emails and you want to inbox them, so it is very critical and very important for you to write maybe newsletters, write updates, and then you send them, but write them in a professional way using the copy, using the copywriting techniques or skills that we are learning through this particular course. And then lastly, as you are writing text that is going to be used in the paid adverts, it is very important for you to make it a point that you include the attributes of copywriting. For example, you can see this one, grow your business online with professional digital marketing skills. This is a typical post that we can embed on a paid advertisement that can be shared on different online platforms. Yes, let's look at now. We are now transitioning to writing effective headlines. So all along, we have been talking about copywriting as a mechanism of writing in a persuasive way. You write with the motive of persuading someone, but as you're writing to persuade someone, you make it a point that you write, you expose the product or the service that you are extending, expose the benefit to the audience, and then prompt the person or the audience, your target audience, to be able to take up an action. Now let's look at writing effective headlines. Maybe we can begin by looking at the definition of a headline. A headline is basically that very first line a person sees on maybe your article on the website or on your post as you are writing. So in digital marketing, people decide within a second when to keep reading or whether to scroll away. So that headline is going to play a critical role. That headline that you're going to write always as a digital marketer, it is going to determine whether that person going to read it is either going to stay on it or is going to scroll and go to another thing. So it is very important for you to be able to write what we call a strong headline. Now, a strong headline must attract attention of the person. It must create curiosity. It must also communicate immediate value to the person. And I have also detailed what those three attributes are. The very first one, attracting attention, it should make the person to stop scrolling. It should make the person to stay there and continue and yearn to read more about what you have written. I've given you an example of a weak one. A weak headline can be digital marketing course. That one can be a weak headline. But a strong one could be learn digital marketing skills that can transform your career. Now that headline is very strong in such a way that it is going to ignite somebody's attention. It is going to make someone to yearn to know more how that digital marketing skills course can transform somebody's career. So somebody will be interested in reading more, reading something that is next, that is below that headline. Then curiosity, it makes them want to know more. Yes, for example, if we have a headline which says 5 digital skills every business owner needs. Now, assuming you meet a business owner or you meet someone, your post meets someone who is yearning or who is planning to become a business owner, that person will be yearning or will be interested to know more about those 5 digital skills. And then communicate value. Yes, we have talked about this. Show what the audience gains immediately. And an example is this one: create professional websites without previous coding experience. Yes, somebody will be able to understand that, yes, someone can learn how to create professional websites even without previous coding experience, since most people believe for you to come up with a professional website you need to have coding experience. You should be knowing how to code. But here is an opportunity for someone to create a professional someone to learn to create a professional website even without having that. So ideally, strong headlines create attention, they attract attention, they create curiosity, and then also they communicate value. So let's look at characteristics of a good headline. Number one, a good headline should be clear. The audience must understand the message instantly. When they look at it, they should be able to understand. I've given you examples on each of these characteristics. And then number two, okay, it should be specific. It should be much stronger than just learn design. Okay, you can see like this one, it says master graphic design skills in 6 months. You don't just say master graphic design. In how long? So you have to specify. A good headline should also be benefit oriented. It should show value to the person. And then it should be short and powerful. Avoid unnecessary words which will dilute it. And then a headline should create interest. It should encourage curiosity in the person. Then let's look at now the 4 proven headline formulas. These are formulas which can enable us to be able to craft very strong headlines. So the very first one is you combine how to and a benefit. So you get a how to statement and then you combine it with a benefit. And you can see an example here. You can say how to create professional social media designs using Canva. And then you supplement, learn the step-by-step process to design eye-catching social media graphics using Canva for your business. Yes, so you combine how to, you use the how to, and then supplement it with the benefit. That can be able to craft for you a strong headline. The second one is you write a number and then a benefit. For example, you can say 5 ways to increase your online business visibility. Here, 5 is the number that we are talking about, and then the benefit is here. Ways to increase your online business visibility. So you supplement and say discover 5 actionable strategies to boost your online presence and reach more customers effectively. And then the third one is the question format. Now the question format involves you writing your headline in a form of a question. Like this one, are you ready to start your digital career? That one can be a very good question and it can work as a headline. Then the last one is you can have a problem plus it is a solution. For example, you can see here, I'm saying struggling to find customers. That one can be a problem to someone. And then what is the solution? Learn digital marketing strategies that work. So you get the two, get the problem and then get also the solution, then put them together. And then the two, the combination of the two can be able to give you what we call a strong headline. So those are the 4 proven ways that can work very well for us as digital marketers as we are crafting or as we are writing strong headlines. So I will encourage you to practice to apply those 4 formulas on the different niches or brands that you are going to be dealing with, and then you craft very strong headlines as digital marketers. Now, here are 2 practical examples. Here we are looking at 2 case studies. We are looking at a salon brand, and we want to look at a wiki copy, like a wiki post which has been written, and then we also look at a strong post that has been written, bearing in mind or putting in place the copywriting techniques. So a wiki post or a wiki copy can be hair services available. You see, as plain as it is an ordinary way of writing. But now, a professional copywriter, a professional digital marketer who has learned copywriting should be able to transform this post in such a way that it is rich by saying, look confident with professional hairstyles designed for your unique style. And then book your salon appointment today. You see, very, it captures the other 3 attributes. It informs the person, and then it shows the benefit, and then also prompts the person and the next action that the person should do. Then another case study is a computer training school. An ordinary post could be written in this format: computer lessons offered. Okay, just ordinarily like that. So what if computer lessons are offered? However, a professional digital marketer would transform this post and it would look like gain practical computer skills and prepare yourself for the digital workplace. You see, this is the service, this is what you want the person to gain, and then this is the benefit. It prepares the person for the digital workplace. And then you also suggest the action to the person, and the action is enroll today. So that is what a professional digital marketer who has learned copywriting is supposed to write, not writing in a flat way or in a plain way like this. So I believe, members, you have learned how to do what we call copywriting. You have also learned how to write strong headlines. Now, it is now your turn. I have here an activity that you are going to do. The first one is you are going to improve this copy. Assuming this is a plain post that has been written by someone ordinarily. Now, I want you to rewrite this, bearing in mind rewrite this in a way that is going to persuade someone. So buy our products. You rewrite it in a way that can be better than this, that should be able to persuade someone. But when you are putting in place the attributes of copywriting. Then another post is computer training available. This is also a flat or a plain way of writing. Now create an attractive advertisement which captures this information, but as a professional digital marketer who has learned copywriting. The second activity that you have is you are going to generate headlines, and you are going to use the 4 formulas that we learned earlier, that we looked at. Use the 4 formulas to create 3 unique headlines for each of these. You are going to create a unique headline for a local salon. You're going to create a unique headline for a computer training school, and then also a restaurant. Yes. To wrap up, always remember that in the digital world, words have the power to attract, they have the power to persuade, they have the power to convert all the people that come across what you have pushed online. Now, in digital marketing, we attract with effective headlines. We persuade by communicating value and benefits to the people who are looking at our posts or our content. And then we convert those people to become our potential clients by using clear call to action, by prompting them on the next action that they can take. For example, order now, call us now, okay, enroll now. Those actions, they prompt those people, they tune their minds such that they can be able to actually become our clients who can buy our products or who can subscribe to our services. So in summary, in digital marketing, I want to repeat this statement: words have the power to attract, they have the power to persuade, and they have the power to convert audiences to become customers. Thank you very much for your active participation today. I look forward to seeing your headlines on our WhatsApp group, and then I look forward to meeting you on our next session. Thank you very much. May God bless all of you.